Hi crafty friends, it's Lori with a craft party. We're going to pick up where we left off. We've got the Reader's Digest book cover, and we did the center spine, and we left the two outside pages from the actual book, and we left the fringe on the spine material, I guess you would call it. So it would give it a little bit of an accent, give it a little bit of character. And then I said we would come back and we would put together our papers for the spine, which these are called a signature, one grouping of papers that goes into the book cover is called a signature. And I already did one signature, and I'm going to do the second one with you. They may not be the same papers as I've done already. This was a vintage scrapbook. Let me see. I can show you. Don't want to lose the tape because we might need that. But this was a vintage scrapbook paper that I got out of there. Then we've got this, and it actually started out like this. Then we have the big music page, and I am not seeing the big music page. Oh, there it is. The big music book, which it's already tattered and everything, so I didn't have a problem tearing the pages out of that. I made a mess on the floor, so I'm picking that up. And then next we have this ivory parchment paper. It's in a gray color. I'm looking to see. It says ivory, but it looks more of a gray to me. Maybe it's just because it's older. And then next we have this paper out of this journal, and it's dotted. Next off, we have this certificate paper. And then we have another music paper. I didn't have them opened up. I'll show you. We've got the graph paper. And then we have the music paper. This other one, this music paper, I made a mistake. Let's go back. I took two out of this book, and it's tattered. I took 2 pages out of this book and taped them together, and I will show you how I did that. And then we have the big one, the big music page, and then we have a card that I wanted to put in. That equals 8 pages. And you always want to double check to make sure they're in here the way you want them, because once you start poking holes and all that, just like you saw that I didn't have the graph paper in here correctly. And we just want to double check that they're all in here the way we want. Okay, and that they're all going the direction that you want, which most of mine are not directional. Like this one, it's actually sideways. So then we get it all bunched together, and I'm going to put a clip on it. And the pages are a little wider and shorter. Some of them are. But that's okay too. We can always cut them off if they're too long for us. But a lot of times I find that even if it's a little long, that it works out okay, because you're putting lace and ribbon and stuff on there anyway. So now I will show you how I go about making my pages, and you just choose whatever you want to be your page. For instance, this one was kind of brittle, so I went ahead and put tape in the middle, but I'm going to use this one as my guide. I always make one, fit it into the book the way I want it to look, and then I have a guide. And then, like, I'll take this one, and I want to have a full page of this, so I'm going to pull 2 pages out. Okay, we've got 2 pages out of that book. I'm kind of rearranging things. I'm afraid they're going to fall. And what I do first is I take my masking tape or my washi tape or whatever tape that you choose. I use washi tape. Works good for this, but I'm going to use masking tape for right now. And as you can see, I just put a layer of tape down and fold it over and find my scissors. And cut them off. Cut it a little crooked. Hope I didn't just cut my finger. I did a little bit, but it's not bleeding. Okay. Then I have a ruler that has a rough edge on it. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully it's not glaring. And then I just use it to tear. And I prefer to tear the opposite side first from the tape, because I find that trying to start the tear where the tape is doesn't work real well. And now this page is the same size as my original, and we'll set that off to the side. Forgot, we want to put tape in the middle so that doesn't stick together or anything. Okay. And I've just got a little pile here of excess that I'll throw away later. But now I have the 2 pages that I need. We'll set it there like that. I'll get out a piece of the big this one will be good. And I chose on the last one to cut this off. If you want to keep that, you can. It gives it a little bit of character for the book. I was afraid it would end up ripping off anyway with these being a little on the brittle side. They're not too bad, but they're old. And I was just a little concerned that it would rip off anyway. Let's see. So I'm going to put this in the center so I can rip both sides on this one. The last one I didn't, and it's just preference to you on what you would like it to look like. Okay. We've got that. And it's just got a real small curvy edge. But you could do this with a ruler. You could cut it with scissors. It doesn't have to be one of these jagged edge rulers. So now we have another page. And if you want to put tape down the center of this one too, you can. I'm not going to do that. Let's go ahead and do a piece of this scrapbook, because it is such a neat scrapbook. And I like the papers. So I just pull a page out. down at the bottom. Okay, and we're doing the same thing. Excuse me. And I am going to rip along this top edge like I did on the last one. Rip along this edge. And we've got the bottom edge. Okay. And then, like I did with the other one, I'm going to put washi tape on this one because it is a little on the brittle side. And I'm afraid when we sew the signature in, that it may tear. So this way, we're not guaranteed it won't tear, but we have a little bit more luck with it not tearing. Get out the scissors. Okay. Fold this in half. Yep. Now we've got 3 pages. We want 8 total. And like I said, you can use any papers or tags, labels, anything like that. Works out perfect. If you're doing a bigger book, the taping method to tape 2 pages together works really nice. Okay, get this out. And I think I'm going to keep a straight edge on the top edge there. It's not quite even. Just take some finagling. And that one I can just tear like that. No biggie. And then we'll turn it around. Ripped a little bit of our page, top page, but that's okay. Now we have this page that makes 4. Gonna go with the grid paper. And I'm just going to use the ruler because I don't want to rip too much more off of the one that we're using as a guide. There we go. Set those off to the side. So now we have what? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, this is the guide. 5. Okay, we're going to tape these together. And I think I'm going to tape them different than I did last time. Last time I taped them on the paper punches, but to give it a little bit of something different. Okay, flip it over. There we go. Then we fold it in half. There we go. Okay. And we're just ripping these off. I know it's kind of quiet. I'm not saying a whole lot. I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. I should be talking. Okay. And that makes a little bit more of a jagged edge. So we've got 6 pages now. Okay. Fold this in half. And last time, in order to keep the decoration part, the illustration part at the top, I went ahead and ripped it like this. And there's going to be something on every page that you want to keep or don't want to keep. And you just line your paper up with what you want to keep and trim off what you don't. There's our page. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need one more. So I'm doing 8 pages per signature. And I think I'm going to go with this book. It's Latin for Americans, and I've already taken some pages out of it. So I don't want to use a picture because I may want to use those at a later date. Those aren't bad. Okay. And again, we're just going to tape. Okay, and we're going to tape the center. And again, you could be using washi tape instead of masking tape, or you could be using Scotch tape. I just folded these over. You could do that. Like, again, I said that you could do it however you want, and you don't have to do every page the same way unless that's what you want. It's just a matter of preference. Okay, and that one goes with this one. Oops, we got all these pieces that I need to throw away. This one goes here, and I'm going to make sure there's 7 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we have to have 9. I want this card in the middle, so I think I've got another card here. I will hunt that down and we will do one more page. I thought I only had 7 or 8. Yep, I've got one more card. So we've got that. Go there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do one more. Oh, and 9. Okay. So we've got it. And we're going to organize all these together. I want to open it up the way I want the top to be. Yeah. Yes, that's at the top. Yes, that's at the top. Yes, that's at the top. Okay. So those are all in there the correct way. We have chosen our 18 pages for our signatures. These are signatures, and they will be sewn into the book. I am going to cut the video here and do another video showing you how to sew in the signatures so we can do step by step. That'll be the end for today. Thank you for stopping by and crafting with me. Like always, happy crafting. Hugs.